None of us was born with social anxiety. It was actually quite the opposite. As a child, we were the most curious ones out there. Social anxiety is something that comes from avoidance. It's a habit, it is a spirit. And once you understand the system behind it, you can completely remove it. And I'm going to show you a simple 5 step system flow that you can start using today to overcome social anxiety for good. So, the first step is clarity. And with clarity, this is the most important step because without clarity, you will be fighting the wrong problem. Question the problem before you actually trying to solve it. What is the root cause of your anxiety? Truly dig down and dig deep. You are the only one that knows the answer to that. Nobody knows that better than you do. Is it from past trauma that you used to deal with? Is it from your lack of experience? Maybe if you've been so secluded off and you just stop talking to people, you've isolated yourself so much that you just don't have experience with people. What is the true root cause? Before you go to any other step, you gotta actually dig down deep and understand what is the cause of this. I want you to visualize 2 futures. Future A is the other side. That's the life after overcoming social anxiety. What does that look like? Someone who speaks freely, you have confidence in your conversations, you no longer hesitate to make decisions, you have more peace and you have more happiness. Just visualize that. And then I want you to visualize person B, the same path that you're on now, if nothing changes. What is life like? Continued hesitation. You can't make eye contact with people. You're always stuttering. You're avoiding interactions. You're always self-doubting yourself, beating yourself up, lack of confidence, missed opportunities. And before we move to the next step, I want you to understand this one thing. Most people that you interact with throughout the day, you will never see again 5 years from now. So this removes that illusion of this permanent judgment. And understand that social anxiety is not a permanent condition. It is just a temporary mental barrier that's built from avoidance. Medication is just like a band-aid. It covers up the wound, but as time goes on, you got to replace the band-aid and keep on replacing the band-aid and keep on replacing it. Action is what truly removes the fear. Action is where true healing starts. And this brings us to step number 2, which is practice. So every time you go out into public, force interactions. Start small. I want to share my testimony. This is what I did when I used to struggle with social anxiety. For practice, what practice looked like for me, back then, I used to always delivery drive. And I want to see if I can actually find this for you guys. So as you can see right here, I created this in November 1st of 2022, about 4 years ago. And I'll never forget, for me, I struggled with this. And I told myself, how am I going to overcome this? So what I did personally was, as I was delivery driving, every single place that I went to, I made sure that I got the person's name. And I would always type out something in particular that would make me remember their name. Sophia, that was the manager's daughter. Then Alina, because she even told me how to pronounce it, she only works on Sundays. The daughter of Sandy, Kelsey, Sandy, who's the manager. Like Fiona, Chinese car name, but sweet lady who's always there. And I literally created this huge list of names where I would just go through, even people from the gym. I just had this huge list of names. And to me, every single time I interacted with that person, I would always remember that person and say that person by their name. Watching videos, motivational videos, inspirational videos, podcasts, those are cool and all, but that's not actual practice. You're not actually interacting with people. You can watch 1,000 videos that tells you how to overcome social anxiety and how to speak with people. You only overcome that by actually taking action. So whatever action looks like to you, do it. You can also as well post videos of yourself talking online. It's like videos like this. You have thoughts that come to your mind. You just talk, post it on your story. It could just be anything that comes to your mind. Keep on speaking more and more and more. And this where we goes to number 3, which is repetition. Because the more and more that you do it, what will happen is you will encounter people who reject your kindness which is where that anxiety comes in the first place, because you're always looking on this left side of rejection. You're always thinking of the worst case scenarios. That will happen. People will reject your kindness. That is normal. And people who also will appreciate your kindness, you will see a repetitive pattern of that as well. Both experiences are actually necessary. Repetition, it teaches you that interaction is actually normal. Anxiety, it forces hesitation. All those thoughts of what could potentially happen, it is fake. The true reality of it is when you take action. You could see somebody that you're interested in and have 1,000 thoughts running through your mind. They may have a boyfriend, she may not like me, she may not be interested in me. All of that is anxiety. All of that is just fake until you actually go up to her and actually say something. And if she does tell you that she has a boyfriend, okay, that is just reality. And what if she doesn't have a boyfriend? She may actually have been interested in you this whole entire time. But y'all both was dealing with the same thing, and you just the one that decided to take action. Boom, now you found your wife. Who knows, right? And then we go to refinement. So now improve the quality of your communications. So now you go from basic conversations to full conversations. When you speak more, you don't hesitate as much, you don't stutter as much, your delivery is a lot slower, you're not going fast, you know how to actually hold conversations, you know how to actually make eye contact with someone. And this is how it works, right? At first, you start having those small interactions, and now you be consistent with making interactions. But the thing is, you can't make eye contact. Every time you talk to somebody, you always looking away, you always looking down, you always looking in the opposite direction. Now focus solely on eye contact. Keep making eye contact with that person. And what happens is it gets to the point where now eye contact is normal for you. You normally make eye contact. Now your speech improves. The conversation, you're not no longer asking basic questions. How are you doing today? What's your favorite color? You're asking, you know how to have actual real conversations that provoke thought, that provoke interest. And I remember I used to apply that. Because at first, when I was asking the people for their names, I was always giving compliments. I would make eye contact. I would start conversations. And I've observed that same person, the first one that I was just asking, hey, how are you doing? Hey, what's your name? Thank you. That same person, as the weeks and months went on, the conversations were a lot deeper. We were having actual conversations like you would have like with a friend. It wasn't just the normal basic how's your day. It was actual real conversations, because I would ask certain things, like when they were telling me about certain things decisions that they were making, I would come back a week later or a month later, say, how did that decision that you were talking about that you was going to make, how did that go? I remember you said that you was doing this, doing that, you and your boyfriend was going through this and you were dealing with that. How did that go? How did you deal with that? I remember you saying you was going to do this. Did you actually take it? Like, it was actual real conversations. What happens is the more and more that you do this, it becomes automatic. Now, you just naturally talk to people. Now you just naturally can hold a conversation. You walk into stores with your head up. Making those small interactions, it just happens naturally. And you realize that people would be more drawn to you for that. You will stand out a little bit more. And the beautiful part about this is, once you've made that system automatic, now the next thing that you want to overcome, you can do the exact same thing. You guys let me know if you guys can relate to this. Let me know if there's any other things that you struggle with, any other habits that you want to break, any other habits that you want to form. Let me know, and I will make more videos on how to overcome those. Stay blessed, kids and queens.